All right, Blue Ribbons fans, you know what that means? It's time for Blue Ribbons Baseball. Good evening, fans, and welcome to beautiful and historic Joanne Stadium as the Green Bay Blue Ribbons welcome the fans, players, and coaches of the Appleton Legends. It is Starlight Neighborhood Night here at the ballpark and Alzheimer's Awareness Night. Anyone who comes to the game and signs up to be a part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's gets a free ticket into the game. And then if you are a part of the Starlight neighborhood, you also get a free ticket into the game. So lots of ways to get tickets into tonight's game. Head to the gate, sign up, be a part of the Starlight neighborhood, do all those fun things, and you can watch some great Blue Ribbons baseball. If you can't make it to tonight's game, we welcome you here to the stream as we look at the lineup for the Appleton Legends. Alex Hahnemann leads off. Reed, I can't ever remember how to say his name, Hetpes. I'll have to wait for PA announcer Nick Whitwer to say that one. Then Nick Terrell, Cooper Brown batting fourth, Bryce Dusack batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Tate Hartlub. Batting seventh will be Cole Dornfield. Batting eighth, Blake Wallenfang. And rounding out the order will be Ian Plaster. Looking at the Ribbons defense, outfield left to right, Easton Arndt in left. In center will be Brian Gerbers. Over in right, Landon Lozier. At third base will be Eason Hurd. At short will be Dawson Schmidt, making his home Blue Ribbons debut. At second base will be Zachary Grossman. At first, James Bornick, and behind the dish will be Brady LaViolette, also making his season debut here for the Ribbons at home. He has played a few times on the road, but we welcome LaViolette back to the team for his home opening game. On the mound for the Ribbons is number 29, Benji Hankey, as we're just about ready to get this game started. First pitch from Hankey will be smacked towards right, hooking foul and going out of play. Hahnemann at the dish. He's playing center field for the Appleton Legends here tonight. Hahnemann been a huge part of the Appleton lineup, defense, everything for a few years now, as he'll stare at ball one. He's always been that resourceful spot in the lineup, as he'll stare at strike two. Hankey ready on the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low for a ball. Count now goes to 2-2. There is a one game that the Ribbons are kind of keeping their eyes on here, as West Allis is taking on the Sheboygan A's. Ribbons keeping a close eye on that one, as West Allis is just barely behind the Ribbons in the WSL standings. Sheboygan is a little further down in that order. So, hoping for some help there. Reed Heitbus now at the dish. First pitch to him will be swung on and missed for strike one. Heitbus is playing third for the Legends here tonight. Speaking of tonight, beautiful day for baseball. Currently 70 degrees and sunny. As that'll be swung on and missed for strike two. Count is 0-2. Heitbis in the box. Hankey ready. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. As there's now one down, this will bring up the shortstop, Nick Terrell. Terrell also been a legend for a few years now, being that resourceful spot in the lineup. And has handled the ribbons well so far this season. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. This is his first time facing Benji Hankey at home this season. The 0-1 will be swung on and missed for strike 2. Hankey looking for his sign on the mound. LaViolet waiting to give it to him. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 down now for Cooper Brown. Cooper Brown played first base tonight. As he steps into the box. First pitch to Brown is going to miss for a ball. Brown not stepping out of the box here. Hahnemann taking a decent lead at first. It doesn't go as this will be smacked into right for a single. Hahnemann will turn, but he'll head back. Throw is on the money, but slow, but that will be a single for Cooper Brown. This will bring up the catcher, Bryce Dusak. Runners now at first and second. Legends trying to get off to a hot start here. As Dusak takes his time getting into the box. Hankey trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. The first pitch to Dusak is going to be outside for a ball. Hankey finds his sign as here comes the 1-0. As that'll be fouled off. Dusak now heading back to the batter's box. Finds himself in a 1-1 count. And here is the pitch. Just a little high for ball 2. Hahnemann taking a decent lead over at second. As here's a 2-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Hankey looking for his third strikeout of the inning. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and the inning is over. Hankey has 3 strikeouts, leaves 2 on as we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first here at Joannes Park. Dawson Schmidt, Easton Art, and Brady LaViolette. Those are your due up here in the bottom of the first. Looking at the rest of the order, batting fourth, Boone Kirst. Batting fifth, Landon Lozier. Batting sixth will be Brian Gerbers. Batting seventh, James Bornick. Batting eighth, Zachary Grossman. And rounding out the order will be Eason Hurd. On the mound for the Appleton Legends will be A.J. Price. No relation to any of the Prices on the Blue Ribbons. Schmidt ready in the box. First pitch to him will be high and away for ball one. As we mentioned, he was picked up recently by the Ribbons. Has made a few road, actually, I think it was only one road appearance so far, but has been around the team for a little bit now, but now making his home appearance. Here comes the 1-1. As that'll be lined towards left center. This will stay up enough for the center fielder, Alex Hahnemann, to make the play. Looking at the Appleton defense, Cole Dornfield in left. As we mentioned, Hahnemann is in center. Over and right will be Ian Plaster. At third, Reed Heitbus. At short, Nick Terrell. At third will be... at second will be Tate Hartlub. At first is Cooper Brown. And then catching behind the dish is Bryce Dusack. Currently picking up the pieces to Dawson Schmidt's bat as the handle ripped off on that one. As he'll need a new piece of lumber. Easton Art now in the box for the Ribbons. First pitch to Art is going to be inside for ball one. Art ready in the box. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Price. In there for a strike. Got him at 1-1. As here comes the 1-1 to Art. Be fouled off. Way into the stands. Art currently finds himself in a 1-2 count. A.J. Price still looking for his sign. Now finds the one he wants as here is the 1-2 pitch. Strike three looking as Art was looking to get out of the way of that pitch. As this will bring up Brady LaViolette. LaViolette played for the Ribbons last season. Now making his first home appearance. First pitch to him. It's going to be high for ball one. LaViolette standing into the box. Price ready on the mound as here comes the 1-0. High and away for ball two. LaViolette was the primary catcher last season. And as he comes back, mostly taking that role back after Boone Kirst, who is currently in the on-deck circle, had that position for the first half of the season. The 2-1 is going to find the zone for strike two. Ribbons will potentially go 1-2-3 here. But Price has to get past LaViolette. The 2-2 will be grounded to second. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. So Ribbons go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first. We're still tied at 0 as we head to the second. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the second here at Joannes Park. Tate Hartlub, Cole Dornfield, and Blake Wallenfang. Those are your due up for the Appleton Legends. Hartlub already in the box, as here is his first pitch. As that'll be in there for strike one. Hankey already on the rubber, as here is the 0-1. That will miss the zone for a ball. Umpire indicating it was a little outside. The 1-1 from Hankey. That will find the zone for strike two. Hankey waiting for Hartlub as he'll step into the box. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball two. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As that'll be grounded towards second. Hankey having to run for it, and he'll beat him to the bag. Hankey a half step in front of him. As Bornick went to go make the play. This will bring up Cole Dornfield. Dornfield playing left field for the Legends. As here's his first pitch. That'll be grounded to third. Hankey will cut in front of it, but unable to make the play, as that will go down as an infield single for Dornfeld. This will bring up tonight's beer batter, Blake Wallenfang. If Wallenfang strikes out, buy one, get one free PBR at the concession stands. Dornfeld taking a pretty decent lead over there at first. They don't check him. It's a strike to Wallenfang. Wallenfang, the DH for Appleton. As here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike two. Fans are one strike away from buy one, get one free PBR. Hankey set. Here's the 0-2. Look to check his swing. They'll check. He did not go. Fans not happy with the call. As there goes their buy one, get one free PBR for at least one pitch. Wallenfang's in the box. Hankey now ready. The 1-2. Strike three looking. Buy one, get one free PBR at the concession stands here for the second inning. This will bring up bottom of the order, Ian Plaster. Fans already making their way to the concession stands. First pitch is going to be in there for strike one to Plaster. Last season, PA announcer Nick Whitwer doing a great job at picking the beer batter. Going almost 500. This year hasn't gone as well, but still able to make fans happy here tonight, as the 0-2 will be smack foul and out of play. Hankey trying to send this game to the bottom half of the second. As Plaster steps into the box, here comes the 0-2 pitch from Benji Hankey. Swung on and missed, strike three, and the inning is over. Legends don't get any across here in the top of the second. They leave one stranded. It's still 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the second here at Joannes Park. Boone Kirst, Landon Lozier, and Brian Gerbers. Those are your due up for the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. Lozier, as we mentioned before, was the primary catcher for the Ribbons for the first half of the season. But then LaViolette made his return. And it's kind of been a battle between those two in the catcher position. Both been doing it so far with both their catching abilities and their bats. As we'll see what Boone Kirst can do here currently in a 1-1 count. As that pitch will be high for ball 2. Kirst going to take his time a little bit here. Price now ready on the mound. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As that will find the zone for strike 2. Kirst ready in the box. Here's the pitch. As that will miss for ball 3. Count now full to Kirst. Price ready on the mound. Here's the 3-2 pitch. As that'll be lined towards the Legends dugout. As I believe that just hit their assistant coach. Might have been... Yeah, I believe that is their assistant coach. He seems to be fine. He's walking it off. The 3-2 to Kirst. We foul tipped into the glove for strike number 3. This will bring up Landon Lozier. Lozier playing right field for the Ribbons tonight. Lozier also new to the team this season, as he's making his home appearance. Fans will remember his name well. First pitch is going to be a ball outside. Price ready on the mound. Here's the 1-0. As that will find the zone for strike 1. As here's the 1-1 from Price. That will find the zone for strike 2. Lozier ready in the box. The 1-2 pitch. As that'll be lined up the middle base hit, as that will be the first ribbon to reach tonight. Lozier trying to get something started here with 1 out. It will bring up the center fielder, Brian Gerbers. Gerbers slowly making his way to the box. As he steps in, Price comes set. The first pitch to him will be skipped in the dirt for a ball. Gerbers ready in the box. Lozier taking a big lead over at first. Not going to throw over. They're going to check him now as he'll get there in time. Ball goes into right field. Lozier watching it. He's going to round second, head to third. The throw is going to be not in time as Lozier steals 2 bases on that error. As now the Ribbons are threatening here in the second. A bad throw from the catcher, Bryce Dusack, allows Lozier to go all the way to third. As now a sac fly changes this game drastically. 1-1 is going to find the zone for strike 2. Gerber's just looking for one he can drive. Lozier, as we just saw, has a lot of speed. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Gerber spun around on that pitch. As there's now 2 down for James Bornick. Bornick having a relatively off season for him. But as Appleton knows well, he is always a threat to hit the long ball. It would need to be a hit as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Got him at 0-1. The 0-1 to Bornick is going to be grounded foul. If Bornick can reach, the batter will be Zachary Grossman. But Bornick currently finds himself in an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Price. As that'll be swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. Ribbons don't get any across here in the bottom of the second. We're still tied at 0. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the third here at Joannes Park. Top of the order for the Appleton Legends, Alex Hahnemann, Reed Heitbus, and Nick Terrell. Those are your due up here in the top of the third. Hahnemann, last time he was up, was able to draw a walk. The pitch from Hankey is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. Hahnemann already back in the box. Guess here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. Hahnemann was able to get all the way around to second, but that is the furthest a Legend has made it tonight. That pitch will miss for ball 2. Hahnemann ready at the box. Here's the 2-1. Inside ball 3. Hankey ready on the mound as here comes the 3-1 pitch. As that'll be lined foul back to the net. Count is now full. Last time Hahnemann was in this situation, he was able to draw a walk. The 3-2 to Hahnemann will be grounded foul towards the Ribbons dugout. Count remains full. Hankey ready on the mound. The 3-2 pitch. Misses the zone for ball 4 as Hahnemann will reach for the second time tonight. Hankey tried to get him chasing there, but was unable to get Hahnemann to chase. Hahnemann's got great ball strike coordination, able to see that ball well, and if he's able to see that ball well, it might be because he went to Cherry Optical Labs. Glasses, eye exams, contacts. You need an update to your prescription? They can do it all at Cherry Optical Labs. See the difference. That pitch will be lined foul into the stands. Heitpiss currently has a 1-1 count. Hankey ready on the mound, the 1-1. Has grounded to third. Could be 2. Over to second for 1. Over to first is in time for the double play. 5-4-3 double play. Now has 2 down for Nick Terrell. Terrell struck out swinging last time he was up. Hankey hoping for the same outcome here. First pitch to him is going to be grounded towards the middle. Diving stop, but it will end up in the center field anyways, as that will be a single for Nick Terrell. This will bring up Cooper Brown. Cooper Brown has a single tonight. He was one of 2 first time through the lineup to have a hit. The other one was Cole Dornfield. First pitch is going to be lined towards right. Will it stay up enough? No, it won't. Testing the arm of the right fielder, Landon Lozier. But he went back as Nick Terrell will find himself at second. Cooper Brown has a single. This will bring up Bryce Dusak. Dusak struck out looking to end the inning last time he was up, as the Legends are threatening with 2 on. Runners at first and second. 2 down. Dusak stepping into the box. That pitch will be low for ball 1. Hankey looking to get out of this inning with no damage done. Hankey comes set. Here's the 1-0. Inside for ball 2. Terrell taking a little extra time Dusak, I should say, taking a little extra time getting back to the box here. The 2-0 will be fouled off. LaViolette taking a little extra time here, but seems all right, as that was fouled off of him. Doug, the home plate umpire, chatting it up with Benji Hankey a little bit after that pitch. Just giving the catcher, Brady LaViolette, a little extra time to walk that one off. Count is 2-1. Runners at first and second. It's Terrell at second, Brown at first. As Hankey comes set, here's the pitch. That'll be high for ball 3. Hankey struggling to find the zone here against Dusak. If Dusak reaches, Tate Hartlub will be the batter, as that'll be high and in for ball 4, as the bases will now be loaded for the Legends. Coming out to have a chat is Brady LaViolette, wanting to talk things over with his pitcher. 2 walks issued in this inning by Hankey. He's also given up 2 hits this inning. He only had 1 walk in the first and second inning combined. As that'll be grounded towards second. Throw to first will be in time to get him, as that will end the inning. 4-3 put out keeps this game tied at 0. We'll see how the Blue Ribbons respond in the bottom of the third. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the third here at Joannes Park. Zachary Grossman, Easton Hurd, and then top of the order, Dawson Schmidt. Those are your due up for the Ribbons here in the bottom of the third. A.J. Price still doing well on the mound as he'll throw ball 1 here. Zachary Grossman, the batter. He's made a few appearances for the Ribbons. As here's the 1-0. Skips in the dirt for a ball. Count is 2-0 to Grossman. Price ready, as here comes the 2-0. That'll be high for ball 3. We'll see if Grossman has the green light here. As here's the pitch from Price. High and away for ball 4 as Grossman will be just the second Ribbon to reach base. Grossman does have some pretty decent speed over there at first. We'll see what the Ribbons do with that information. Maybe try to force another throw over. But the batter will be Easton Hurd. First pitch to Hurd. Squares around a bunt, pulls it back. Ball got past Dusak, but it unintentionally hit the umpire's shin guard. So the ball didn't get too far away. Count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Squares again. Pulls it back, but this time it's a strike. Appleton not really playing for the bunt. Third base is in a little bit, but not too much. We'll see if he squares again. Here's the 1-1. Time is called. Looks like Eason Hurd asked for the timeout. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Doesn't square this time. Dusak able to keep it in front of him. So I'll admit that's the one thing Dusak that I've noticed this season has been dynamite at. He seems to be a brick wall back there, keeping everything mostly in front of him. As he'll block that pitch. Count is now 3-1. Having a chat is the shortstop, Nick Terrell. Just talking with AJ Price, giving him a little extra time to think and contemplate and get ready. Shakes a couple pitches off, now finds the one he wants, the 3-1 from Price. Will find the zone for strike 2. Hurd now has a full count here. 3-2, 1 on. As here's his full count pitch. Fouled off. Hurd staying alive here. 3-2, nobody out. Now making his way back to the box. Price already waiting for him. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line to left. This will stay up enough for the left fielder, Cole Dornfeld, to make the play for out number 1. Top of the order now for the Ribbons. It will be Dawson Schmidt. Schmidt flew out to center last time he was up. Gave the pitch a good ride towards left center. But Alex Hahnemann able to make the play. Stepping off, catching him off guard as out at first will be Zachary Grossman. As there is now 2 down on the caught stealing, on the pickoff attempt, I should say. As now the bases are empty. Tough break for the Ribbons there. First pitch is going to be low for ball 1 to Schmidt. Great job by AJ Price to get Zachary Grossman at first, as this will be popped up. Dusak giving chase, but this will land in the stands. Count now even at 1. Schmidt looking for one he can drive here. As here's the pitch from AJ Price. That'll be grounded towards second. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. So Ribbons go 1-2-3 here in the third. As we head to break, it's 0-0 as we head to the fourth. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the fourth here at Joannes Park. Cole Dornfeld, the beer batter Blake Wallenfang, and then Ian Plaster. Those are your due up for the Appleton Legends. Dornfeld had a single last time he was up. One of two batters first time through the lineup to get a hit. Pitch will be low from Benji Hankey. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. As that pitch will miss for ball 2. Ribbons so far this season very injury prone. Currently have 10 pitchers on their roster on the injured list. As that one will be fouled off. Some of those pitchers, we talked to them early in the season, like Isaac Verbergen, never made an appearance for the Ribbons. Others you may have seen, as this will be grounded to third, not able to get a hold of it. Will be the third baseman, Eason Hurd. They're going to give Dornfeld the hit there, as it was a tough play for Hurd. But this will bring up the beer batter, Blake Wallenfang. Wallenfang was able to make fans happy in the second inning. Now hoping he can do it again. First pitch is going to be hit into left, so will not make fans happy here in the fourth. And also importantly, now puts runners at first and second. Now due up will be the bottom of the order, Ian Plaster. Bornick playing in. It looks like he's anticipating a bunt here from Plaster. We'll see what happens. He does square around. As they're going to say he offered, it will be strike one. Plaster did strike out swinging last time he was up. Ribbons hoping he can do it again here. The 0-1 squares again. This time we'll get the bunt down. LaViolette has it. Throw to first is in time. But the runners move over on the sac bunt. This will bring up Alex Hahnemann. Hahnemann has drawn 2 walks so far tonight. So still has not recorded an at-bat. Hankey ready on the mound. Here's the first pitch to him. This will be lined foul into the stands. Hahnemann just the second batter for the Appleton Legends to bat in 2 consecutive innings, as this will be hit foul and out of play. The only one to do it so far is Haight Hartlub, as he batted in both the second and third innings. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Infield moving in. Checked his swing. Count is now 1-2. The middle infield moved in after that last pitch, as they most likely will be throwing home, as he'll swing and miss here for strike 3, as there are now 2 down for Reed Heitbus. Heitbus struck out in the first and then grounded into a double play in the third. That double play right now is what keeps this game tied at 0. As wanting to have a quick chat here is going to be Benji Hankey, asking for LaViolette to come to him. Just going over a few things. Hankey ready on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Hypus stepping into the batter's box. Hanky ready. Here's the 0-1. As that will miss the zone for a ball. LaViolette looking like he wanted that one. As here's the 1-1 to Hypus. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Hanky now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. As he comes set, here's the 1-2 pitch. As that'll be high for ball 2. Two outs, runners at second and third. Base hits could score 2 for the Legends. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Strike 3 looking, and the inning is over. Hanky gets out of the inning with no damage done. We're still tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 4th here at Joannes Park. Easton, Arndt, Brady LaViolette, and Boone Kirst. Those are your 2 up here for the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. Bottom of the 4th, still tied at 0. As we look at the hits column, that's really the only difference between the 2 teams. And unfortunately for the Ribbons, it's going Appleton's way. 5 hits compared to 1, as squaring around here is Easton Arndt. He'll foul that one off. Arndt does have some speed. We'll see if he squares around again, but I imagine that was more to test the waters. Here's the 0-1. That will be low for a ball. Count even at 1. Price ready on the mound as here's the pitch. As that will hit him. Arndt getting hit square in the back, as he seems to be all right as he'll make his way down to first base. Dusak went and got the baseball. So runner at first now for Brady LaViolette. LaViolette grounded out to second last time he was up, as he'll be hoping for something different here. Price ready on the mound as here's the pitch to LaViolette, as that'll be pop foul and out of play. LaViolette stepping into the batter's box, as here comes his 0-1 pitch, as that will miss the zone for ball 1. Count now even. Price looking for his sign, now finds the one he wants, as here's the 1-1 pitch. skips in the dirt. Dusak keeping it in front of him. LaViolette now awaiting his 2-1 pitch from A.J. Price. And here it is. That will be high for ball 3. LaViolette now looking to draw the walk here. Not afraid to hit one if it's in the zone. The 3-1 pitch. That will be high, but in there for a strike. Count now full for LaViolette. 3-2, nobody out. Aren't at first. The pitch is going to be high for ball 4 as LaViolette draws the walk. This will put runners at first and second for Boone Kirst. Bryce Dusak now wanting to have a chat here with A.J. Price. Still no one warming up in the arm barn of Appleton. Ribbons did have someone warming up in the top half of the 4th, but it seems that they sat down at least for a little bit. It was number 18, Dylan Heyer. As now we'll wait and see what Appleton does here with runners at first and second. They are having the first baseman play in. They might be expecting Kirst to bunt here. We'll see what happens. First pitch to Kirst, squares around, gets a bunt down. It's a good bunt. It gets past the pitcher. Throw to first is going to be in time to get him. It will be a sac bunt for Kirst. But Art to third and LaViolette to second. Will now bring up Landon Lozier. Lozier, last time he was up, had a single. He was the only hit for the Ribbons so far. And they're hoping he could be number 2 here. Price ready on the mound. First pitch to Lozier is going to be a high fly ball towards center. Tagging is Art. The catch is made. LaViolette fakes the tag as the throw will go to third as the Ribbons will get on the board first here in the bottom of the 4th. A sac bunt and a sac fly give the Ribbons the 1-0 lead as Brian Gerbers will now come to the plate. Gerber struck out swinging last time he was up. He now has a runner at second with 2 down. Price ready on the mound. First pitch to Gerbers is going to be high and in for a ball. Gerber's ready in the box. Price finds his sign. Here's the 1-0. As that pitch will be in there for a strike. Count now even at 1. Price gets the sign he wants as here is the 1-2. LaViolette trying to attempt a throw over, but no dice as that pitch will be outside for ball 2. Price finds his sign. Now looking to do some damage. Here's the 2-1. That'll be low for ball 3. If Gerbers reaches, James Bornick will be the batter. Price coming set, the 3-1 to Gerbers. That'll be lying foul and out of play. Giving chase will be the first baseman, Cooper Brown, and a little bit of the right fielder, Ian Plaster, but neither were able to make the play. Count now full to Brian Gerbers, 3-2, 2 down. LaViolet over at second. Bornick waiting in the on-deck circle. Price shakes off quite a few signs, but here's the 3-2. And whatever he called was the right one as Gerber strikes out swinging to end the inning. Ribbons get one here in the bottom of the fourth. They have a 1-0 lead as we head to the fifth. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the fifth here at Joannes Park. Nick Terrell, Cooper Brown, and Bryce Dusack. Those are your due up for the Appleton Legends. Terrell, so far tonight, struck out swinging in the first and then had a single and made it all the way around to third in the third. Hankey still on the mound for the Ribbons as that pitch will be swung on, foul tipped towards the glove. But LaViolet not able to squeeze that one. As here's the 0-1 from Hankey. That pitch will skirt low into the dirt for a ball. Hankey ready on the mound. Here's the 1-1 to Terrell. That'll be low and away for ball 2. Terrell in the box as he awaits his 2-1 pitch. In there, no, inside. Count goes to 3-1. As here's the pitch from Hankey. As that'll be fouled off. Looks like Terrell fouled it off his foot. As he'll take a few extra steps here. Terrell now stepping into the box. Count is full. Here's the pitch from Benji Hankey. As that'll be grounded just past Hankey. Throw to first is going to be in time. That throw coming from Zachary Grossman. As there's now one down for Cooper Brown. Brown so far has had Hankey's number, getting a single both in the first and the third. Brown was able to get all the way to second after the walk by Bryce Dusack. As that pitch will be swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 will be smacked base hit into center, as that will give Cooper Brown a 3-for-3 night so far. Ribbons still have Dylan Heyer warming in the arm barn, but they're going to stick with him against Bryce Dusak. Dusak so far tonight struck out looking in the first, then was able to draw a walk in the third, which loaded the bases for the Legends. First pitch to him is going to be inside for ball 1. Hankey looking for his sign. Now finds the one he wants, as here comes the 1-0. As that'll be grounded to short. Over to second, not a little stumble, and because of the stumble, they'll only get the runner at second. Ball popped out of the glove. It'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice, which will bring up Tate Hartlub. Hartlub so far today grounded out to first in the second, and then grounded out to second in the third. First pitch to him is going to be in there for a strike. Hartlub in the box already. Hankey comes set. Here's the 0-1. As that will skip past LaViolette. Heading to second, now rounding second, but he'll most likely go back, is Dusak. Dusak, not the speediest guy on the team, but never count him out on close plays. Count even at 1 to Hartlub. Here's the pitch from Hankey. As that'll be swung on and missed for strike 2. Hartlub getting spun around. As he'll make his way back to the box. Appleton threatening with a runner in scoring position. Here's the 1-2. Outside for a ball. Count now even at 2. Hankey looking for his sign. Now finds the one he wants. The 2-2. Will skip in the dirt. LaViolette keeps it in front of him, but it will skip far enough away for Dusak to head to third. So now LaViolette having to be a brick wall. 3-2, 2 down. Cole Dornfeld is on deck. He has also been a pain in the ribbon side so far tonight. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, foul tip into the glove for strike 3, and the inning is over. Appleton doesn't get any across here in the 5th. It's still 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the fifth here at Joannes Park. James Bornick, Zachary Grossman, Eason Herr. Those are your due up for the Blue Ribbons. Bottom three in the lineup here, as the 7, 8, and 9 spot are grabbing bats. Bornick not used to seeing himself this late in the lineup, as that pitch will be outside for ball 1. Bornick struck out swinging last time he was up, got fooled on a slider. As here's the 1-0. As that'll be grounded foul towards the Blue Ribbons dugout. That will even the count at 1. Bornick ready in the box. Here's the pitch. That will find the zone for strike 2. As we'll see how Bornick responds here. 1-2. The pitch from A.J. Price. As that'll be grounded towards the middle. Shortstop has it. Throw to first is going to be in time. Brown able to get his foot back on the bag after jumping to make that catch. As it will be 1 down for Zachary Grossman. Appleton is getting someone warming in the arm barn. But this most likely will still be Price's inning. First pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. As that'll be swung on and missed for strike 2. Grossman in the box. As here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Price setting him down in just 3 pitches. As this will bring out bottom of the order, Eason Hurd. Hurd ready in the box. So far today, he flew out to left. As he'll stare at strike 1. Hurd back into the batter's box. As here's the 0-1 from Price. That will be low for ball 1. Price ready on the mound. As here comes the pitch. That'll be high for ball 2. Hurd ready in the box. Here's the 2-1. Pop foul and out of play. Count now even at 2. Price trying to set the ribbons down. 1, 2, 3. As here's the 2-2 pitch from A.J. Price, as time will be called. Unclear who called time. Big smiles from Eason Hurd in the box, though. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. As that'll be line foul. Just foul from Eason Hurd. As the count will remain even at 2. Two outs. Hurd ready. Here's the pitch. As that'll be outside for ball 3. A.J. Price was looking for that one to get called as he started making his way towards the dugout. 3-2. Count is full. Here's the pitch. As that'll be lined towards left, but it will stay up enough for the left fielder, Cole Dornfeld, to make the catch. We'll see him immediately in the top of the 6th. It's currently 1-0. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Benji Hankey coming out for his 6th inning of work. He will have to face Cole Dornfeld, Blake Wallenfang, and Ian Plaster. First pitch from Hankey is going to miss the zone for ball 1. Dornfeld so far today has singled twice, once in the 2nd and once in the 4th. So been a real pain in the Blue Ribbon sides, as here's the 1-0. That'll be smacked foul. Count will be even at 1. Hankey ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As that'll be grounded towards short. Tough play as it will get into center field for a base hit. 3 for 3 night so far for Dornfeld. But that will bring up tonight's beer battered Blake Wallenfang. So buy one, get one free PBR if Wallenfang strikes out. He was nice enough to make the fans happy in the 2nd inning as he struck out looking to give the fans buy one, get one free PBR. Not as lucky in the 4th inning as he singled it over to left on the first pitch he saw. First pitch he sees this time, he'll take for strike 1. As that pitch will be in there for strike 2. Fans now 1 strike away from buy one, get one free PBR at the concession stand. Hankey trying to make the fans happy one last time. The pitch will be swung on and missed for strike 3. It's buy one, get one free PBR at the concession stands for the rest of the 6th inning. This will bring up Ian Plaster. A few fans quickly making their way over to the concession stand after that strikeout. Plaster will stare at ball 1 here as the pitch is high and in. Plaster so far 0 for 1 tonight as he struck out swinging in the 2nd but had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. He'll stare at ball 2 here. We'll see if Hayden Price will stick with Benji Hankey for the rest of this inning, as that'll be 3 straight balls to Plaster. Appleton has not gone 1, 2, 3 yet tonight, and this inning they won't either unless a double play happens here. as he'll stare at strike number 1. Three-one, 1 out, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Popped up towards left. Getting underneath it will be Easton Arndt, but not able to see the ball. Throw to second is going to be a tad offline as Easton Arndt losing it in the lights. Ball landed right next to him. But that will be a hit for Ian Plaster. And will move Cole Dornfeld to second. Tough play there for the Ribbons. Appleton now has a runner in scoring position with 1 down. First pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1 from Alex Hahnemann. Hahnemann walked in the first and the third and then struck out swinging in the fourth. As that pitch will be inside for ball 1. Hahnemann ready in the box. As the 1-1 will be high and in for ball 2. Appleton has had a runner at least reach second in every inning except the second inning. As he'll swing and miss here for strike 2. So Appleton has been threatening all night. We'll see how their threats go as we get later into the game. The 2-2 is going to be fouled off. Hankey making his way to the mound. Looking to get out of this inning with no damage done. Here's the 2-2. Skips in the dirt. LaViolette keeping it in front of him. Count now goes full. Hahnemann looking to reach for the 3rd time tonight. As Hankey wants a different ball. 3-2, 1 out. Hahnemann ready at the dish. The 3-2 from Benji Hankey will be fouled off. Cole Dornfeld at second. Ian Plaster at first. Appleton looking to break something open here. The 3-2. Inside for ball 4. Hahnemann only has 1 recorded at-bat tonight. And it was a strikeout, but he has reached base 3 times on walks. But this will bring the bases loaded for Reed Heitbus. Hayden Price sticking with his man. The first pitch is going to be grounded towards second. Only play is at first, and this game is tied. Cole Dornfeld coming around to score. Ian Plaster over to third. Hahnemann to second. As there's now 2 down for Nick Terrell. First pitch to him will be in there for strike 1. Terrell so far today struck out swinging in the first, singled and made it all the way around to third in the third, and then grounded out to second in the 5th. As that pitch will be low for a ball. Hankey looking to get Terrell out here before he has to face Cooper Brown in the on-deck circle. The 1-1 will be swung on and missed for strike 2. Trying to keep this game tied and send it to the bottom half of the frame. 1-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul. Count will remain 1-2. Ribbons 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Still tied at 1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the inning is over. Ribbons get out of the jam with little damage done. It's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 6th here at Joannes Park. Dawson, Schmidt, Eason, Arndt, and Brady LaViolette. Those are your due up for the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. Schmidt not making a great home appearance so far tonight. Flying out to center in the 1st, and then grounding out to 2nd in the 3rd as he'll stare at strike 1 here. Price still on the mound as that ball will skip away. Count even at 1. A.J. Price is set. Here is the pitch. As that'll be popped towards right center. Can't find it as the center fielder, but right fielder able to find it just in time. That's going to be Ian Plaster for out number 1. But Alex Hahnemann in center was asking for help. Lights becoming an issue tonight. Speaking of lights being an issue, Easton Arndt up to bat. He wasn't able to find the pop-up. I believe it was by Ian Plaster. As that pitch will get away for ball 1. Arndt ready in the box as the 1-0 is going to be in there for a strike. Price now stepping onto the rubber. He'll take the first sign he sees. Here's the 1-1 as that'll be fouled off. Arndt not giving it a great swing there as he tried to check it, but he'll foul it off for strike 2. As here's the 1-2 pitch to Easton Arndt. In there, strike 3 looking. Arndt goes down, which will bring up the catcher, Brady LaViolette. LaViolette so far tonight grounded out to 2nd in the 1st, and then reached on a walk in the 4th. Last 8 ribbons in a row set down as he'll stare at strike 1. It started with Boone Cursed with the sacrifice bunt in the 4th. He then has sac fly from Landon Lozier, and then a strikeout from Gerbers, and then a ground out to short, strikeout, fly to right, fly to left, fly to right, and then a strikeout looking is where we find ourselves here now. LaViolette trying to end that streak here, the 1-1. Will be popped up towards left. Giving chase is going to be Dorenfeld as he'll make the catch for out number 3. 9 ribbons in a row set down. We'll head to the 7th tied at 1 as it looks like the ribbons are going to make a pitching change. But we'll find out who it is when we come back. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the 7th here at Joannes Park. New pitcher on the mound for the Ribbons. A little bit of a surprise move here. It will be Evan Chikanovsky coming into the game. First pitch is going to be high for ball 1 to Cooper Brown. Brown 3 for 3 so far today with a single in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. As that pitch will be in there for a strike. Count is even at 1. Chikanovsky making a few appearances so far this season for the Ribbons. Has pitched fairly well for them. Ribbons still have Hire in the arm barn warming up, but we'll see if he actually pitches here tonight. Count now even at 2. As here comes the pitch from Chikanovsky. In there, strike 3 looking as Chikanovsky sets Cooper Brown down for the first time tonight. This will bring up the catcher, Bryce Dusak. Dusak so far today struck out looking in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and then grounded into a fielder's choice in the 5th. That fielder's choice allowed him to get all the way to 3rd by the end of the inning. First pitch to Dusak is going to be swung on a miss for strike 1. The 0-1 from Chikanovsky is going to be in there for strike 2. Chikanovsky ready, as here is the pitch. As that will miss the zone. Umpire says it's outside. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Chikanovsky ready on the mound. Dusak ready now in the box. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That'll be popped towards center, giving chase and diving, not making the catch. Will be Brian Gerber's. Throw is going to come into the shortstop. It gets away as Hurd will grab the ball at 3rd, as it will be a triple for Dusak. Gerbers was slow to get up, but he has officially stood up. Liam Jones asking the center fielder for a thumbs up. He'll get it. But now it's a runner at 3rd with 1 down, as this will bring up Tate Hartlub. Hartlub so far today grounded to 1st in the 2nd, grounded to 2nd in the 3rd, and then struck out swinging in the 5th. This pitch will be low and away for ball 1. Appleton threatening here in the 7th. It's almost stretch time here at Joe Annie's, as that pitch will be inside for ball 2. Hartlub, one of 2 batters for the Legends not to reach base so far tonight, as the 2-0 will be popped foul and into the stands. The other batter not to have reached base yet is Reed Heitbus. Ribbons hoping not to see him until the 9th inning. That pitch will be high for ball 3. Count is now 3-1. Hartlub looking just to draw a walk. Here's the pitch. As that'll be high for ball 4. As Hartlub will take the free pass down to 1st. Runners will now be at the corners for the Legends. Not a guy you wanted to face if you're Chikanovsky. He was able to handle Cooper Brown, but now has to deal with Cole Dornfeld. Dornfeld so far 3 for 3 tonight, with singles in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th. And that 6th inning single got things started for Appleton, as he eventually came around and scored. Three people coming to go get the baseball. One a ribbon, one a legend, and the other an umpire. Count is 0-1. Umpire taking a little extra time. Don't know if he was having problems with his ball bag or what was going on, but we will now resume baseball. Count is 0-1 to Cole Dornfeld. As here's the pitch. As that'll be grounded towards short. Over to 2nd for 1. Over to 1st. is going to get away. Dusak comes around to score as Dornfeld will reach on the fielder's choice. But more importantly, Appleton will take the 2-1 lead. Wallenfang now stepping up to the box. He's tonight's beer batter. He struck out in the second, making fans happy with buy one, get one free PBR. Had a single in the fourth and then struck out again in the sixth. Now trying to make fans happy, sending them to both stretch time and with buy one, get one free PBR. He'll swing and miss for strike one. Chikanovsky ready on the mound. Here's the 0-1. As that'll be lined towards right, hooking foul. We'll see where it lands, as it will land in the Ribbons arm barn. Count now 0-2. Buy one, get one free PBR. Once again on the table. This most likely will be the last chance for the beer batter. As Chikanovsky steps on the rubber. He's looking for his sign. He'll step off. He's feeling the pressure of buy one, get one free PBR. 0-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Misses the zone for a ball. Fans were hoping for that one. 1-2, 2 outs. Chikanovsky ready. Here's the pitch. Strike three looking, and the inning is over. Just as importantly, it's buy one, get one free PBR here in the seventh. It's 2-1 Appleton as we head to the bottom of the seventh. We'll see how the Ribbons respond. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the seventh. We just finished stretch time here at the ballpark. Boone Kurse, Landon Lozier, Brian Gerbers. Those will be your due up for the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. Kurse so far today struck out swinging in the second. Then he had a sacrifice bunt, which so far has been the downfall of the Ribbons, as they've currently got the next 9 batters in a row out. But it will be a new pitcher for Appleton. Jackson Sprecher on the mound. As the 1-0, I don't know what the call is. I guess they're going to say he swung. So it looks like it will be a swing hit by pitch. So that's a strike. So that pitch will be inside for ball 2. Two one. Curse ready at the dish. Here's the 2-1. As he'll swing and miss to even the count. Two. Here's the pitch. Outside and low for ball 3. Appleton fans not happy with that call. Count is now full. The pitch from Sprecher. He's going to be low in the dirt for ball 4. Boone Kirst going to take the free pass over down to first, as this will bring up a pinch hitter. Lozier's night is done. It'll bring up number 1, Braden Plew. Plew coming over from the West Allis Nationals from the previous season, as he'll foul this one into the stands. West Allis currently leading the Sheboygan A's 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 0-1, as that will be grounded towards short. On to second for 1, over to first, in plenty of time for the double play. A 6-3 double play now makes it 2 down for Brian Gerbers. Ribbons not getting anything started yet. As Gerbers now into the box. First pitch to him is going to be smacked towards left center. It's high, it's deep, it's far, it is gone! And this game is tied at 2. Brian Gerber's 3rd home run of the season comes in a clutch moment here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 2-2 ball game as James Bornick will now come to the plate. Bornick now stepping into the box. Sprecher ready on the mound. Here's the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Bornick always a threat to go deep, as well as Ribbons would like to go back-to-back here, but just reaching base will be just fine. Bornick not doing that so far tonight. Struck out swinging in the 2nd and then grounded to short in the 5th, as he'll stare at ball 2 here. Ribbons now with new life, as it's a new ball game. As here's the 2-0. As they'll be grounded towards second. Throw to first will be in time to give Bornick, and the inning is over. But not before the Ribbons tie it up off of the Brian Gerber's solo blast to left center, hitting it to the deepest part of the ballpark. It's 2-2 as we head to the final 2 frames. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 8th here at Joannes Park. Ribbons for the first time tonight send the Appleton Legends down 1-2-3. As the Legends now bringing out a new pitcher, it will be Malachi Kramer on the mound. As Zachary Grossman will be the batter. Grossman so far today walked in the 3rd, then struck out swinging in the 5th. As we're getting ready to resume baseball here. First pitch from Kramer will be grounded foul. Grossman making his way to the batter's box as he'll step in now. Kramer grabbing a little dirt as he will take his time here with the second pitch. As here comes the 0-1. Low and away for a ball. Kramer ready as he'll start beginning his windup. The 1-1. Skips in the dirt for a ball. Dusak been doing it all night, but he'll keep it in front of him here once again. As here comes the 2-1 pitch from Kramer. That one will find the zone for strike 2. Grossman waiting. Here's the pitch. As that'll be grounded towards second. Throw to first will be in time to get Grossman. As there's now one down for Eason Hurd. Hurd so far today, Mr. Consistent, flew out to left in the 3rd and then flew out to left again in the 5th. As he's been keeping Cole Dornfeld active over there in left. Dornfeld is playing pretty deep here for Hurd. As here comes his first pitch. Inside, but in the zone for strike 1. Ribbons trying to go into the final frame up 1. But they need to get someone across here as Hurd will stare at strike 2. Hurd ready in the box. As here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Appleton fans that made the trip over are not happy with the call. I will admit, there are a decent amount of Appleton fans here. I believe they are our closest opponent in the Newble, as Hurd will swing and miss here for strike 3 and out number 2. This will bring up Dawson Schmidt. Schmidt so far today flew out to center in the 1st, grounded out to second in the 3rd, flew out to right in the 6th, and still looking for his first hit or reach base here tonight. Schmidt, Bornick, and Hurd, the only ones not to reach base so far tonight, as he'll swing and miss here for strike 1. And if we look at the Appleton Legends, the only one that hasn't reached for them is Reed Heitbus. He got out to end the last inning. It was a strikeout. as Kramer will step off here. So only 4 batters on both teams to not reach base so far tonight. The 0-1 will skip in the dirt for a ball. Count now even at 1. If Schmidt can reach, Easton Arndt will be the batter. As here's the 1-1. As that'll be grounded towards the middle. Tough play. Throw to first is not on line as Schmidt will reach. And they're going to say due to the difficulty that Schmidt will have a hit. As this will bring up Easton Arndt. Ribbons hoping to get something started here with 2 down. They do have someone warming up in the arm barn. We'll see if they come in for the 9th inning. First pitch from Kramer is going to be outside for ball 1. Arndt so far today struck out looking in the first, was hit by a pitch, and eventually came around to score in the 4th, and struck out looking again in the 6th. So Ribbons hoping for him to do something here. The 1-0 will be outside for ball 2. Ribbons will be happy with a walk, as that would move Dawson Schmidt into scoring position. Arndt ready in the box. Kramer ready on the mound. Here's the 2-0. High and outside for ball 3. We'll see if Arndt has the green light here with the 3-0 count. Arndt ready in the box. Kramer shakes off a sign, now finds the one he likes. Here comes the 3-0. Does not swing. He'll take ball 4. As that will put Dawson Schmidt into scoring position, and it will bring up the catcher, Brady LaViolette. LaViolette will have to wait as Appleton's manager wants to come and have a chat. Kramer obviously just coming in this inning, starting by getting the first 2 batters out. That was Zachary Grossman and Eason Hurd. Dawson Schmidt then had a single. And then Easton Arndt drawing a walk there on 4 straight pitches. As Brady LaViolette hoping to bring one of them home. But even drawing a walk still extends this inning. Meeting's broken up. 2-2 ball game. Runners at first and second for the Ribbons. Infield is playing deep for LaViolette. LaViolette doesn't have a lot of speed, so very unlikely he will drop a bunt here. As here comes his first pitch. That one will be low for ball 1. Five straight balls so far from Kramer. Ribbons hoping he keeps it going here. As here's the 1-0. Popped up towards left. Giving chase and coming in will be Dornfeld, but making the catch will be the shortstop, Nick Terrell, and the inning is over. Ribbons don't get any across here in the 8th. As we head to the 9th, we're tied at 2. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. You just saw him make a play to end the last part of the inning. Nick Terrell will be the first batter here in the top of the ninth. 2-2 ball game. Dylan Heyer on the mound as he'll skip a ball in the dirt for ball one. Whoever the Ribbons had warming up in the arm barn, they sat down. So this will most likely be Dylan Heyer's inning unless he gets into trouble. As that pitch will dive in there for strike one. Terrell so far tonight struck out swinging in the first, single, and almost came around to score in the third. In the fifth, grounded out to second. In the sixth, struck out swinging. And now we find him here with a 1-2 count in the ninth. As we're having audio issues in the top of the eighth, Dylan Heyer was the first pitcher to set Appleton down 1-2-3. He won't do it here, as that will be a single from Nick Terrell. But this will bring up Cooper Brown. Brown been a pain in the ribbon side all night tonight. Had a single in the first, third, and fifth. Chikanovsky was the first pitcher to get him out, as it was a strikeout looking from Chikanovsky. Heyer hoping for a little help here. Infield playing in a little bit, almost expecting a bunt. Doesn't square around, he'll stare at strike one. Brown ready in the box. Here comes the 0-1 from Heyer. As that'll be grounded towards Bornick. He'll step on first for one. Over to second, not in time to get Terrell. As it will be an unassisted out for Cooper Brown. This will bring up Bryce Dusack. Dusack struck out looking in the first, walked in the third, reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth, and then had that massive triple in the seventh, as he eventually came around to score. He scored on the fielder's choice from Cole Dornfeld. Going to third, Ribbons not even throwing it. So Nick Terrell steals the base easily. Infield now playing in, knowing that they got to go home with it. The 0-1 misses, low and away for a ball. Count is 1-1. Ribbons now getting someone warming once again. Here's the 1-1 from Heyer, as that will be in there for strike two. Heyer trying to strike out Dusack here to relieve some of the stress. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Tried to get him to chase, but no dice. Count is 2-2. Dusack stepping into the box. Time is being called, making sure everyone's on the same page. Appleton believes it's a 3-1 count. It is a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Low for ball two. 2-2 count. Hire is on the mound. He's looking for a sign, finds the one he wants. Here's the pitch. Zalby line foul into the net. Count will remain even at 2. Hire. Looking for his sign. Trying to strike Dusak out here. Hit the pitch. Zalby line, diving catch! A great play from the shortstop. Dawson Schmidt making the diving catch to keep this game tied at 2. Amazing play from Dawson Schmidt. Now makes it 2 down. But more importantly, keeps that leading run over at third. Tate Hartlub will be the batter. Hartlub so far today grounded out to first in the second, grounded out to second in the third, struck out swinging in the fifth, and then drew a walk in the seventh. Pitch from Hire is going to be grounded towards second. Throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. The fantastic play from Dawson Schmidt keeps this game tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Ribbons trying to end it here without going to extras. 2-2 is your score. Boone Kurse, Braden Plew, and Brian Gerbers. Those will be your due up for the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. Kirst waiting in the batter's box. Hasn't had a great night so far. First pitch to him. It's going to be outside for ball 1. So far for Kurst, struck out swinging in the second. Had a sac bunt in the fourth. Was able to draw a walk in the seventh, though. As he'll pop this one up towards center. Second base also getting involved as the second baseman, Tate Hartlub, will make the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 1. This will bring up Braden Plew. As we mentioned, Plew came over from the West Allis Nationals. Nationals, as we're talking about them, currently up 6-0 on the Sheboyganese in the top of the 8th. So that game not really going the Blue Ribbons' way. First pitch will be in there for strike one. So far tonight for Plu, he's only had the one at bat, but he accrued 2 outs. Can't do that here. But he grounded out to short, which turned into a double play as that ball will skip in the dirt for ball 1. Plu waiting patiently in the box. As here comes his pitch. As that'll be lined towards right center. This could be trouble. Diving and making the catch will be the right fielder, Ian Plaster. As a nice acrobatic catch will bring up Brian Gerbers. We have seen it from Gerbers once here tonight. He struck out swinging in the second, struck out swinging again in the fourth, but he let one rip to left center, tying the game at 2 with a solo blast. Probably too much to ask for another home run here, but just reaching base would be happy enough for the Ribbons. He'll take strike 1 here. James Bornick is on deck if Gerbers reaches. Bornick has not reached base so far tonight, as that pitch will be low and away for ball 1. Gerbers now has a count even. Malachi Kramer ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Brian Gerbers. That's high and in. Gerbers moving out of the way of that one. Count now goes to 2-1. Gerbers ready in the box. Here's the 2-1 pitch. As that'll be fouled off. Dusak not able to hold on to it, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't strike 3 anyways. But now the count is even at 2. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Appleton trying to send this game to extras. Here's the pitch. As that'll be line foul. Gerbers not able to keep that one fair. Count will remain at 2-2. Gerbers in the box. Kramer now stepping on the rubber. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. As that'll be grounded towards second. Throw to first will be in time as we are heading to extras here at Joanne's. Ribbons go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. As we head to the 10th, we're tied at 2. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Top of the 10th here at Joannes Park. This will be the second game in a row here at Joannes that will go into extras. The game against Sheboygan went into extras. That went into, I believe it was the 12th before that game was over. Sheboygan would pull off the win. Heyer has to remember the runner at second, as this will be popped towards right center. This is going to be trouble. Giving chase and making the catch, but tagging will be Tate Hartlub as he'll head over to third. So Appleton already has someone in scoring position, as it looks like it will be a pinch hitter here, as Nick Kroll will enter the game for Wallenfang. First pitch to Kroll is going to miss for ball one. The 1-0 is going to be in there for a strike. Got him at 1-1. Heyer ready. Here's the pitch. In there for strike two. Heyer looking for his sign. Ribbons infield playing in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Skips in the dirt. LaViolette keeping it in front of him though. Count is even at 2. Heyer. Still looking for his sign. Now finds the one he wants. The 2-2 to Kroll. Outside. Try to get him to chase. Count now goes full. 3-2, 1 out. Ribbons just looking for the second out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Nick Kroll will draw the walk. He'll put runners at the corners with 1 down. As this will bring up another pinch hitter. It'll bring up Caden Just. As there will be a pinch runner. It'll be number 20. So Hayden Price now wanting to have a chat. Number 20, CJ Filippic. He will be the runner over at first. He most likely will take off first pitch here. But Price wanting to have a chat with his crew. Don't think he's going to make the pitching change just yet. But we'll see what he does here. Dylan Heyer, 2 1/3 innings so far today. Has not allowed a run yet. And Ribbons hoping that continues here. But only 1 down. 2-2 ball game. Looking at the line score real quick. Appleton, 2 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Well, on the flip side of the coin for the Ribbons, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. First pitch is going to be low for ball 1. As we mentioned, just making his first appearance. As here's the 1-0 from Dylan Heyer. As that'll be fouled into the stands. Count is now even at 1. Fans silent on both sides of the aisle. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Heyer needs to get out of this inning with no damage done. Leading run is at third. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses the zone outside. Heyer couldn't believe the call. Thought he had him. So the count now goes to even at 2. Heyer ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses high for ball 3. Just heading into the batter's box. Full count, 1 out. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. Now skipping the dirt for ball 4. As the bases are now loaded for the Legends. Price is out of the dugout. Heyer tried to beg for one last chance, but not to be. Price head into the arm barn as they'll make the swap. Dylan Heyer still responsible for all 3 batters left on base, as he'll receive his claps as he'll head to the dugout. Not a bad night for Heyer so far. 2 1/3 innings of work. Has a few strikeouts. He's only got the 2 that he received in the 8th inning. But overall has done well against the Legends. Just not able to get it done here in the 10th. And they'll go to the arm barn, and Price will rely on the arm of Joe Anderson. Anderson, been a little bit of a yo-yo this year. Either been really good or quite the opposite, whether he is starting or coming out of the arm barn. Ribbons hoping Anderson can be lights out here tonight. Double play sends us to the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 2. But that runner at second right now playing a huge factor, I imagine, for Hayden Price. Because instead of runners at first and second, it is bases loaded. As Joe Anderson getting his warm-ups here, he will have to face top of the order Alex Hahnemann. As the ribbons disperse, we'll see what Joe Anderson can do here. Hahnemann so far tonight walked in the first, walked in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth, walked in the sixth, and then flew out to right in the eighth. A fly out to right now would be huge for Appleton. Ribbons playing in as they will go home if the ball is hit into play. The pitch from Anderson will miss inside for ball one. Anderson comes set. Here's the 1-0. They're going to ask if he swung. The answer is no. Anderson not super happy with the call. Fans also sharing their displeasure with it. Count goes to 2-0. As that pitch will be fouled into the stands for strike one. Tate Hartlub, runner at third. He was the courtesy runner, trying to get a throw over the 2-1. Will find the zone for strike two. Count now even. Ribbons already have a pitcher warming up, but that might be just in case. The 2-2. Misses. Count is now full to Alex Hahnemann. Anderson finds his sign. The 3-2. Going to be grounded towards third. Gets past a diving Hurd. As the answer is going to be foul ball. So Ribbons staying alive here. Bases remain loaded, and the count remains full. 3-2, 1 out. The pitch from Anderson. Outside ball 4 as Appleton will take a lead with the courtesy runner. Bases will remain loaded, but it's now 3-2 Appleton. As this will bring up Reed Heitbus. That run charged to Dylan Heyer. Courtesy runners are not considered an earned run, but it is considered a run, so that will be a run issued to Dylan Heyer. If the runner at third scores, that would also be a run issued to Heyer, but this time it would be earned, barring any errors, the reason the runner scores. Count is even at 1 to Reed Heitbus. Anderson finds his sign. Here comes the 1-1. As that'll be pop foul. No one giving chase as this one will reach the stands. Heitbus now back into the box. The 1-2 from Joe Anderson. Outside for a ball. Count is now even at 2. Heitbus ready in the box. As here's his pitch. As that'll be grounded to third off the glove of Hurd. Rounding third and heading for home and scoring easily will be... Sorry, there was a play at third as he will be out. That is Alex Hahnemann, who was out trying to advance to third. Nick Kroll and Caden just come around to score, which will give Appleton a 3-run lead here in extras. But there are now 2 down. Pitch to Anderson, line directly at Dawson Schmidt. 4 out, number 3, and the inning is over. Ribbons need at least 3 in the bottom of the 10th to keep this game going. It's 5-2 Legends as we head to the bottom of the 10th. You're watching Blue Ribbons Baseball on the Ribbons Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 10th here at Joannes Park. James Bornick will lead extra innings off. At second base will be Brian Gerbers. As we're looking to get this inning started. Still on the mound is Malachi Kramer. First pitch to Bornick is going to be inside for ball 1. Bornick so far today struck out swinging in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 5th, and then flew out to 2nd in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch will be lined towards center. This is high and deep, and it will get over the center fielder's head. Rounding third, heading for home, but getting a late jump will be Brian Gerbers as he'll get in standing. As Bornick has himself a double. Courtesy runner comes around to score. And this now brings the Ribbons within 2. As Zachary Grossman will now come to the dish. Legends taking a little extra time, trying to cool down the bats. First pitch to Grossman will fall in for a strike. Grossman so far today walked in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 5th, and then grounded out to 2nd in the 8th. The 0-1 pitch to Zachary Grossman is going to be grounded towards the Ribbons dugout, as the count will go to 0-2. Malachi Kramer now looking for his sign. And as he comes set, here's the 0-2 pitch. Grossman will pop it up. Dusak gives chase, but this one will reach the stands as Grossman is staying alive here. Grossman ready in the box. Kramer now coming set as Grossman awaits his 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Grounded through the hole. Bornick could not give chase, but Grossman will have himself a single. This will bring up Eason Hurd with runners at first and second. Hurd stepping into the batter's box. Cooper Brown playing in, expecting a bunt here from Hurd. First pitch to him, doesn't square. It'll be low and away for ball one. Hurd so far today flew out to left in the third, did it again in the fifth, but then didn't get a chance in the eighth as he struck out swinging. Brown now playing back at normal depth, now making his way slowly in. Hurd will stare at strike one here. Hurd, not a guy who usually lays down bunts, but he could, as he has a lot of speed. The 1-1 will find the zone for strike two. Hurd just looking for one he can drive here. Left fielder Cole Dornfeld playing a little deep over in left. While it's quite the opposite over in right, Ian Plaster playing in. Here comes the 1-2. High and away for ball two. As we mentioned, Ribbons have had an extra inning game this season here at Joanne's. Did not go in their favor, as Sheboygan took him down last Wednesday. That was the 9th. As that'll be lined towards right, as this will land just foul. Hurd staying alive at the dish. Count remains 2-2. Hurd making his way to the batter's box. Hurd now ready. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball three. Count now goes full. Three-two. Hurd at the plate. Trying to get something started here. The 3-2 pitch. Line towards left center. There's nobody over there. Bornick's going to come around. He'll most likely score. Running, getting the sign to go home. Throw is not in time, and this game is tied. Bornick coming around to score. Grossman doing the same. It's a 5-5 ball game after the bases clearing double from Eason Hurd. Appleton's manager now wanting to have a chat, and he's going to do a little more than that, as it looks like it will be the end of the night for Malachi Kramer, as the Ribbons now have the winning run in scoring position. as we're going to have to see who they bring in. But it is a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 10th. 5-5 is your score. Runner at second will basically be a courtesy runner for the new pitcher, number 34. It'll be Parker Bleck. But yes, Easton Hurd, basically a courtesy runner, because if the run scores, it's not accounted towards him. There's nobody down. And this is why you play until the last out. Ribbons down 3, entering the bottom of the 10th, have crawled back to tie it at 5. And they will look at Dawson Schmidt to try to win the game for the Ribbons. Schmidt, so far today, flew out to center in the first, grounded out to second in the third, flew out to right in the 6th, but in the 8th, tried to get something started, had a single with 2 down. But now, trying to wear the cape and be the hero. Schmidt stepping into the batter's box. He'll then step out as we're ready to get this game started once again. 5-5 is your score. First pitch to Dawson Schmidt, squares around a bunt, pulls it back. This will get away from Dusak. Throw to third will not happen as the Ribbons now have the winning run 90 feet away. Big dropped ball from Dusak. We've been mentioning it all night. That is not common from him. Infield playing in for Appleton. As here comes the 1-0. Low and away for ball. Count now 2-0. Bleck now looking for his sign. As he comes set, here's the pitch. That will find the zone. Late call from the home plate umpire. Schmidt ready in the box. The pitch from Bleck. That'll be lined towards center. It's deep. Making the catch will be the right fielder. Throw home is going to be not in time. And the Ribbons walk it off here in the 10th. The Ribbons score 6. Total runs, 4 of them being in the 10th to walk it off. It's 6-5 as the Ribbons will send Green Bay fans home happy your line score coming up right away. Appleton started off the scoring. Sorry, actually, it was Green Bay that started the scoring off in the 4th. Easton Art was hit by a pitch. Eventually came around to score after a walk from LaViolette, a sack bunt from Kirst, and then a sack fly from Landon Lozier. It would take 2 innings for Appleton to respond, but they would eventually take the lead in the 7th after a triple from Dusack and then a fielder's choice by Dornfeld. Ribbons would tie the game up in the bottom half of the 7th after a home run from Brian Gerbers. And then we went to the 10th, tied at 2. Appleton started off hot, scoring 3 runs after loading the bases, but unable to get it done here tonight as the Ribbons score 4, and it is a 6-5 ball game. As you're driving home, thank you for coming to the ballpark. If you didn't make it to the ballpark, thank you for watching our live stream. Always happy to be brought to you by Cherry Optical Labs. See the difference. And no matter what you do today, whether it's celebrating or just enjoying the moment, make sure you do it for the Ribs.